Hi guys, I'm out today. So this is the agenda for today. Today you have one thing due, and it's benchmark 1, universal digits, and it's due at 11:59 p.m. today. So for the first 10 minutes, you're going to watch the video, get instructions for today. You're going to check your POGIL answers and discuss as a group through the video. So you can pause and fast forward as needed. Some of you guys are ahead of others, and some of you guys are a little bit behind. So I'm going to go question by question and explain them. So answer the questions first, and then come up with a group decision, and then watch the explanation and make sure that you figure it out. And then you can start on your benchmark today. And yeah, that's the only thing. Due at 11:59. Okay, so let's look at the question. It says, the measurements taken in models 1 through 3 have been combined in model 4. The measurements that follow the rules of measurement agreed upon by scientists are in the valid measurements column. Those that do not follow the rules are in the invalid measurements column. For each valid measurement shown in model 4, draw a square around the certain digits, if any, and circle digits that were estimated. So I don't have a box thing, so I'm going to say if it's a certain digit, I'm going to put a check mark, and if it's a estimated digit, I'm going to put a circle, because I'm on a PDF and it won't let me do anything different. Okay, so for these, you have to pay attention to the rulers. And you got to remember that you're only looking at the valid measurements column. Put a circle on that. Valid measurements. You're not looking at the invalid measurements at all because they're not asking for that. So, if you look at ruler A, you see a certain digit here at 0, and then you see a certain digit here at 10. So anything in between 0 and 10 has to be an estimation. So since 2 is between 0 and 10, that's for sure going to be an estimation, and so is 3. So they both get circles. On the next one, we see definite markings at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, and if we look at the ruler, we can see clearly that it's around 3. But the second digit is an estimation because there's no marking for that. So we're going to put a check mark on this 3 because we see it here also. So this is a certain digit. This one right here, sorry, let me make that smaller. The number 2 is an estimation because there's no marking. It has been measured and it hasn't been verified. And same thing for the other ones. These 3s are all valid because they're right here. And then the digits in the 10th place are invalid. You can also just look at the ruler. And obviously the 3 is in the 1's place, and that's valid because it's marked, and there's no 10th place markings here. So you can just look at the markings on the ruler. For this ruler, 3.21, 3.22, and 3.20, this ruler does have tenths markings. So this 3 is marked here, so that's valid. And this 2 is also marked here. There on the thing. But we can't tell whether we can't tell the 100th place because there's no marking for the 100th place. So this 3 and this 2 are valid. This 3 and this 2 are valid. However, the 100th place is an estimation because we don't have a marking on that for the ruler. Had we had an additional little line in between the hundreds lines, then we would have an accurate number for the 100th place, but we don't. Okay, number 10, it says, based on the examples in Model 4, circle the best phrase to complete the sentences below. So it says, in a valid measurement, you record 0, 1, or 2 estimated digits. So you're only looking at Model 4. You're not just making generalizations. So in Model 4, for the majority of the time, for a valid digit, are you recording 0, 1, or 2 estimated digits? So here, we have 1 estimated digit. We have 1 estimated digit here. We have an estimated digit here, 1 here, 1 here. And then we have an estimated digit here, here, and here. So if you look at all the examples, there's only 1 estimated digit in every example. So I'm going to circle the 1. In a valid measurement, the estimated digit is the first digit, second to last digit, or the last digit in the measurement. So this one, there's only one digit, so it's first and last. This one, it's the last digit that's estimated. And in these, it's also the last digit that's estimated. So usually the one at the end is the one that's estimated. So it's going to be this one, the last digit. Okay, and letter C. S is in a valid measurement, the estimated digit corresponds to the largest mark, smallest marks, or 1/10 of the smallest marks on the instrument. So we're only looking at valid measurements for this specific question.
Yes, hardcore. They're going to use it all here.
So for valid measurements, the estimated digit corresponds to what? So let's look at the valid measurements again. So these are both not valid, so we don't need to look at these. This one's valid, this one's not, and these two are valid, and these two are not. So for the majority of the time, it says estimated digit corresponds to the largest, smallest, or 10th of the smallest marks. So these are, this is the largest marks, these are smaller marks, and these are tenths of the smallest mark. So the estimated digit here is in the 100th place, and here it's in the 10th place. So it seems to be the smallest marks for the valid numbers only. Okay, for number 11, it says using ruler B from model 4, Tony recorded the measurement of 3 centimeters. Explain why this is an invalid measurement. So we're looking to see why it's invalid. So let's go back to ruler B. He recorded 3 centimeters. And it was invalid. So here in ruler B, you can see 3 centimeters. And then you see here that there's an estimate. So he needs to make an estimate to the 10th place. So that's why it's invalid. Or should have estimated. 10th place digit. So that's why it's invalid. Using ruler B from model 4, Deanne recorded 3.2 centimeters, which is invalid. But when Maya made the same measurement using ruler C, it's considered valid. Explain why the 0 was acceptable when using ruler C, but not when using ruler B. So in ruler C, it's because of the markings. So Dion recorded 3.20 centimeters. And if we look at ruler B, we only have valid estimates, we only have valid digits up to the 1's place. So Dion can't make a valid measurement that way. She's estimated up to the 100th place, and she only has validity up to the 1's place. Okay, in ruler C, the 10th place is marked on the instrument, providing a certain digit. So Maya is correct in estimating an additional digit in the 100th place, even if it's a 0. So that's why Maya was correct and Dion was wrong. Number 13, a student recorded the length of a test tube as 5.0 centimeters. Which ruler model 4 was the student using? Explain. So if he recorded 3.0, he must have been using ruler B. Since the estimated value of the 0 is always one more place value than the finest marking on the instrument. So this one's marked to the 10th place. And then he estimated sorry, it's marked at the ones place, and then he estimated the tens place. So he estimated 1 over the marked. And number 14, in Model 4, Ricky recorded his measurement of 3.19 centimeters using ruler C. His classmates thought he was wrong because the second digit was not a 2. However, Ricky's recorded measurement is perfectly valid. Explain. And that's because ruler C is marked to the tens place. So remember, B was marked at the ones place, ruler C was marked at the tens place, and then you always estimate a digit over the marking. So he estimated the 9, which is perfectly valid. He could have estimated 2.0 or 2.1, and it would have still been okay because it's very close to the second tick mark after the 3rd centimeter marking. Okay, number 15, record the length of the wooden split to the proper number of significant digits. So this one, this ruler is marked at the ones place, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But remember, you always have to estimate 1 place above the marked place. So we would have to write it as 7.0 centimeters so that we have an estimation above the ones place. Number 16 is pretty much the same thing. Record the length of the wooden split to the proper number of significant digits. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But this ruler is marked to the tens place. So when we estimate, we always have to go 1 above. So our number would be 7.00 to be estimated at the hundreds place right here, centimeters.